Welcome to DPV. Today we are working on some more home gym equipment. I don't know if any of you have tried to buy plates, like barbell plates, but they're pretty much like non-existent. And when you can find them, they're upwards like $4 a pound. It's ridiculous. I mean, I don't even really want to pay $3 a pound, especially for just steel plates. So we're going to attempt to make some concrete plates. So this is how we're going to do it. I've got 480 pounds concrete, got some buckets, got some bigger diameter dishes here, got some metal lath that will cut to strengthen the concrete, and then we got some 2-inch white plastic pipe. It's 2-inch inside diameter. That way it'll fit on a barbell. So first thing we got to do is cut these buckets down. I'm going to cut them down to 4 inches tall, and then when we fill them up with concrete, we'll do a 2-inch and a 4-inch size. We'll start with the 4-inch size because let's get things heavy right away. Alright, sweet. So those are cut. Now we got to cut that plastic pipe for the middle. So for that, we'll just use the chop saw here. So all the videos I've watched on how to do this is shown to caulk in the PVC in the middle, and that kind of holds it in place, which hopefully just caulking will hold it. What you don't want is concrete to go up underneath that PVC and lift it up. And so we're going to caulk those right now, and then we'll be able to cut the lath while caulking's kind of setting up. It's not going to set up completely. And then we'll start mixing the mud. Right on. Now we'll go ahead and cut that lath. Got it right here. We'll try to Sharpie it and then use some tin snips and get that all cut up. I've seen this done a few times, but I never really witnessed the longevity of the plates, so we'll see how long they last. But several people I watch build these put the metal lath in. You can also use like a fiberglass additive to the concrete, but I couldn't find that in Home Depot, so I just bought the lath. Sweet, we've got all the lath in there, ready to go. Now it's time to start pouring some concrete. Got my bucket set up. My water bucket's a little full of drywall mud, but it'll be all right. Do need to get some, releasing agent of some sort. So anytime that you're pouring concrete, the forms need to have something on them to, release from the concrete. Otherwise, the concrete's going to stick really bad. And in a mold like this, it's especially important. So back when I was a carpenter, in construction, you use like form oil. Way back in the day, we used to use just diesel, and it works really good, but it's smelly. So I'm gonna use WD-40 or whatever I got over here. We're gonna use Walmart lubricant. We'll spray the forms. The other thing is you want to spray just the forms, not what you want to stick to. So I'm going to try not to get any on the PVC, and I definitely don't want any on my lath. Not that the lath is going to fall out, but it's kind of one of those things, like even when you're doing construction, like doing a foundation or something, you want to spray just the forms. You don't want to get the oil on the rebar, because then the rebar is not going to stick as well to the concrete and give you the reinforcement you need. So spray those down, start mixing the mud, and then we'll see how these things turn out. Alright, so got them all poured. I have to let these set for a couple days before I can peel them out, so that's where I'm going to stop it for now. Anyway, one thing you definitely want to do is, tap around the edge with the hammer. I just used the handle of my hammer because I didn't want to dent up these metal dishes too bad. But what that does is it releases all the air bubbles around the edge, so hopefully it'll be nice and smooth. I'll come back a little bit later today in about an hour and trowel them off again. I don't really care if they're too rough. I'm a little worried about this one because I accidentally dumped some mud down in the middle. So hopefully I can tap that out without it breaking. We'll see. But this was about 160 pounds of concrete. So I still have 320 pounds of concrete left, so I can do this again 2 more times. I think I'm just gonna go with these sizes. I was gonna make maybe some thinner ones in this size here, but I think I just want to do these sizes because it's probably like a 50 and a 30. It's pretty good. And then if I need some intermediate resistance between those sizes, I can use my bands, which will be fine. So some of you might be wondering, why in the world are you doing this on this channel? And well, for one, it's a DIY project. 2, I really think it's important that you do some sort of resistance training, and regardless of where you're at in life or what career you have. I'm doing it now because I'm not a carpenter anymore, and so in my job as a pharmacist, I'm like sitting at my desk for 10 hours a day and just getting soft, and I want to be able to maintain my strength. And I've got some goals in mind too, just for fun. But strength training's got good carryover to everyday life, especially if you're into the automotive hobby. Like imagine you're trying to bench press up a transfer case, or you gotta move a motor around, or you're wheeling and you get stuck and you got a shovel. I mean, that strength training carries over, and it's going to prevent you from getting injuries when you're going out and doing your fun things. So I want to be able to work out at home. I want to, eliminate that dependence on the gym and the commute to the gym and all that. So it's easier to fit in my schedule if I can do it at home. So I'm making some weight plates, and got my rings up there. So between calisthenics and some barbell training, you can get pretty strong. So I'll see you in a couple days when I go ahead and try to pull these suckers out of the forms. See how it goes. All right, so here is the moment of truth. This is the point where this video is either success or failure. These things have been setting for a couple days now, so we're gonna see if we can get them out of the molds, and if they don't, break apart. Let's get after it. All right, so the bucket, that first bucket was pretty hard. The black one, I think I had too much garbage kind of in that bucket. I use that one to hold the cat litter for like cleaning up oil spills and stuff, so probably not a good choice. Came out a little bit better in the gray one. And then these pans here, and they released really well. So next step is to weigh these bad boys and see how much weight I got. So let me go get the scale. All right, so one of the reasons why I'm doing this is definitely picked up the COVID-19 in 2020. So got to take care of that. All right, so with my clothes on, 229. All right, first big plate. $276. $275.8. A little bit smaller. All right, one of the little guys. $250.6. All right, and the other little guy that I beat up quite a bit. $251.6. All right, I've been using these weights now for, I don't know, probably a week and a half or so, and they are pretty sweet. So the big ones are about 50 pounds. I mean, they kind of range. I weighed them the first time, they were like 47. Weighed them the other day and they were like 50, so they probably take on some moisture. And then the smaller ones are like 22. So, but they fit on the barbell just fine with that 2-inch PVC pipe. And with these weights, I've got, I don't know, probably 4 bags, so that's like 20 bucks plus half a sheet of lath. The lath was $11, so that's $6. And like $4 of PVC, which I still have a ton of that. So we'll say that was $2. So $28, but 28 bucks for 250 pounds worth of weight. That's pretty dang good. I mean, that's like 10 cents a pound. Where, you know, you go to buy plates right now and they're $3 a pound. Yeah, I'll take 10 cents a pound, even if I gotta make them again. So there is my deadlift setup. So if you wanna make some concrete weights, just pick up something for a mold, pick up some concrete, and something to reinforce the concrete. I use the lath. You can also use the fiberglass stuff, but it works pretty good. Go out there, get strong. All right, so that's it for this episode. Wheel it, wreck it, lift it, repeat. See you next time.